Good morning.
Good morning.
Do we just do this without him? Leave him in the back?
That's what he said.
I know. This is
I think so.
We're in charge?
I think
we get to do whatever we want.
Well, I'm on my phone. So you'll have to do it all.
We get to do whatever we want. Oh, yeah. Wait. Oh, shoot. He can still see us and hear us. Damn, never mind. We're not off the hook. We're not. It's not that free.
No.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. Thank you in the chat for joining us today. Mark, thank you for being beside me today, buddy. Right here to keep me company.
Yes.
Good to see you, my man. And what a beautiful weekend it was for football results. What a beautiful weekend it was for me. I'm one proud father. I am happy to announce that these guys have got their channel going. We'll get into that as well. But first off, we got to thank, of course, the Patreon members here that we have. Mr. Moondog, that guy sitting right there, Mr. Mark Cousins, the legend that is William Brady,
Philip
Brady. Australia himself. Did I say William Brady? Yeah, it's early here. Sorry, Philip Brady, the legend Philip Brady. See, I when I speak about a legend, I get nervous, right? That I'm even allowed to speak about them. So I mix it up a little bit. Mr. Australia, William Kelly, fantastic. Wayne Bonner, always supportive. And of course, my man, the man that I'm going to give the title of my first fan to, Mr. Aaron Dubb. He's, wicked there from day one. Appreciate it, my man. So great. Hopefully all of you will be joining us today. That is the link that Dermot has just put up, was for the gentleman that joined us last week from Josh Sandhu and from the Punjabi Spurs for their vision walk that they did. The walk that they did from London, from Tottenham Stadium, all the way to Birmingham to the Aston Villa grounds. And it was a great success. They've done absolutely fantastic. We would love if you have the opportunity. We know things are a little bit hard right now. And if you have the opportunity to help them out and everything and support this cause, it is an amazing cause. I'm actually hoping that we can get a follow-up with Josh if he's available. I know he's in the office this morning. He's working, so I'm hoping I can get him to join us for a few minutes just to give us a little rundown in terms of how things went. So,
I honestly thought that GoFundMe was for a laptop for me instead of speaking to you on my phone.
Well, that's what we're gonna have to sort something out there. Any techies out there? Anybody works out with Dell or oh my God, this is a sign of age, Mark. Dell is the only computer company that came to mind. I don't even know.
Hang on a minute.
Apple, Chromebook, Commodore, or whatever.
Commodore.
Yeah, exactly. I know Commodore and ColecoVision and Atari. Then we're talking. But if you guys, anybody's got a spare laptop that we can ship over to Somerset in England here, it would be greatly appreciated. We got to get Mark, if he's looking this good, like on a phone, folks, imagine how great he could do, how great he would look if we get him a proper laptop and a nice camera and everything going on there. So, Mark, I'm going to let you just take over for 2 seconds while I message Josh to see if he'll join us today.
Yes, that's all right. Right. The first comment, Mr. Hilton, with steak.
There we go. His I think that's his good morning. I love everybody.
Yes.
That's his kind of abbreviation into everything.
Yes.
The man always makes me hungry.
Now. I'm hungry now.
Eugene.
And Mr. Eugene. Big up Spurswasion. Hi everyone, big up.
George in the house. I haven't seen George, so thank you for joining us, George.
Yes, I've never seen his name before.
Top 3, I like it. Hello to you, George. Okay, fantastic.
Yes,
great.
Top 3, I like it. And hello, everyone.
Yep.
The legend that is Mr. Fitzpatrick. Top 4 is
Dermot's
ours.
Irish brother. We always got to give him the recognition that Dermot gives him, right?
Yes.
Dermot's Irish brother.
Yes.
So good morning to Dermot's Irish brother. Send the link. I will join you guys. Yeah, no problem, Eugene. We're going to just get kicking here. Get me and Mark get our feet wet a little bit here and wake up a little bit. And then we will we'll get you guys in. And then Kuva's backdoored already?
Yes.
Kuva's,
sounded like you needed some backup.
That was my spot. That was my spot. Good to see you, Kuv. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Okay, so now we got the tech intake. Doesn't matter, buddy. There, bottom doesn't matter. We got lots of spaces here. Maybe we'll get them all filled in. Ding dong to you.
Ding
Good
dong.
morning. The door's open, George. Come on in, brother.
I've got the heavy kind of boot that fits this back door.
We'll need something. supposed to be tomorrow, everybody. Just people have to get. Wait a minute.
Oh, that is literally posted yesterday.
Oh, that was this is where he's commenting.
Yeah, Dermot had put the date up wrong. Got the day wrong on the.
We're gonna blame the fact that he wasn't feeling well. So for those of you who don't know, Dermot has unfortunately got the big C, not the one that we tell everybody not to say, the word we can use, COVID. But he is hopefully recovering well. Dermot, all our well wishes are with you, of course, our brother in the back end. We hope you're feeling better and recovering better. And just lots of green tea, ready? Lots of green tea. So there you go. Everybody here is sending you their good vibes. Chris, good morning to you, sir. Thanks for joining us again. Good morning and a good evening and a come on, you Spurs. Yes, sir. And we lost Mark already. Mark, your phone battery died.
It's going well this morning.
It's going well, but it's okay. We're still going. We're still chugging along.
Are your boys at school? We could drag them out, otherwise they can cover.
This one is. Because he's in what you guys call GCSE, whatever that level. So he's back. He's back. Hey,
right,
yeah, he's back.
Now, hang on a minute. I put my phone on airplane mode.
Yeah, right, that cuts off your Wi-Fi. That cuts off all your Wi-Fi, your everything.
No. But I left the Wi-Fi on. Does that matter if I get a call? So I thought airplane
just put it
mode.
in silent. Just put it in silent mode.
No. But when my phone rings,
yeah,
I don't. Like, when it goes off again, I can't hear anybody.
Do you need Ronaldo? Do you need Ronaldo to come over there and sort your phone out for you?
Who? Yes. Oh yeah. Oh crap. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. No. I'd like it still in one piece.
All right.
Well, that's it. It's official, guys. The next GoFundMe link you see will be for Mark Cousins. And if there's any way you could just play some dramatic music here right now, Kuva, that would be great. Oh, poor Mark in Somerset.
Yes. We've only just got electricity.
Every day, poor Mark has to walk 17 miles each way to the local pub. And we need to support Mark. So please, if you could, how do those UNICEF things go about the hungry children and everything like that? And that's not. No. We need sombering. We need sombering, like, upsetting music that we get sympathy and like that shit they put on children. His pills are kicking. All right, let's get our good mornings into everybody and let's get kicking, guys. We're already at 15 minutes in here. So we got John. We've already got into. Are you running? You got those then? I know that handsome guy. That's me. Good morning to all of you, of course. And Shaggy, hey, thanks for joining us, Shaggy. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Shishant, all the way from Nepal.
There we go. Yep. We've got the music.
Oh, there we go. Please, people, remember, take a moment.
Actually, I better just check we're not going to get copyrighted for that.
Oh, shit, yeah. Actually, yeah. Okay, never mind. Turn it off. Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, we'll go back to Dermot doing Star Wars music from his mouth. It'll be easier. Can we do this one? We're allowed to use this?
I don't know.
We'll find out when Dermot gets sued.
Yeah.
If we're not here on Thursday, guys, you know why.
These ones we can, yeah.
I was going to say,
this is hardly sad dramatic, though, is it?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get much with this.
It's sad and dramatic if you're on a skateboard.
Yeah. Or in a what do you guys call it? The pole dancing club.
What are they?
I've just heard rumors.
What do you call it then?
Strip joint.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's why I always. The first time I was ever there, not the first time I was ever there. Geez, I was born there. But I remember on a trip there. What was it? I think it was my brother-in-law's stag or something. Well, we all went to Nottingham because he's up in Greenford. So we all went to Nottingham for a stag, and one of the cousins said, "Oh, we should go to a pole dancing club." A pole dance? What the hell is that? Two things come to mind. Do we go dance? Like, is this something that we're gonna do? We're gonna dance with a pole or something? What, just basic breakdown, of course, because we've had a couple of drinks and everything like that. Everybody's sauced up, having a good time, and I could not understand what the hell this man was saying. And then somebody else said to me, he goes, where the girls are, kind of thing. And my brother-in-law is such a good guy. He's like, no, we're not going to a place like that. I just want to go have a good time with you guys, have a drink, go to the different bars and stuff. And it's better we did that because Nottingham is I realized it was a university town, so drinking there was just so cheap, and what a great atmosphere it was. But let's get through everybody. Let's say good morning here before I keep rambling like I usually do.
Sushant for sure.
We got Sushant. Yeah.
What was that?
Oh, you stop it, okay? I know you've got no love for me anymore. I've seen the comments you've made on the 3 Spurs boys and everything, and how you've already dispelled me, okay?
All right. Your career's on the way out, mate.
My career did this. Shoot. Yeah.
Self-inflicted.
3.5 months of YouTube career done and dusted. Thank you. Ellie, good morning to you, Ellie. What a sweetheart. I don't know if you guys know from the chats or anything like that, but Josh, the Tottenham guy's wife's went into labor. Her water broke and everything last night. The poor man was in a panic. He was on a night shift. He's on the other side of London, basically. At a point where now the local transit has stopped, this and that and everything. So Ellie right away was like, no problem. Book a cab. I'll send you the I'll book it on my credit card, this and that. And it just showed me how amazing this community is. And
that was 4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It was 11 o'clock for me over here. So I saw the messages and I was like, oh my God, Josh, you okay and everything. And Ellie, 4 o'clock in the morning is like, okay, what do you need?
Yeah.
And I've only heard just class things about her. So easily, John. Easily, as far as I'm concerned, John. There's this debate here that everybody's saying it could be the Liverpool trio. But who's the third prong in the Liverpool trio? We got Salah and Mane. But in reality, I would put Kane in the middle over anybody on Liverpool. I would put Sonny on the left over Mane, personally. Salah would get in before Decky for me, only because he's Mo Salah. Like, he's just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
But for what Decky has brought us and what our expectations were here and what he has brought us here, he's not that far behind Salah for me, but he is still a little bit behind. But
you could even argue that Salah's not on great form at the moment.
Right now, he's not. Yeah.
He hasn't scored for.
If it was based on right now today for form, yes, Kuva, you're 100%.
Yeah, 100%. He hasn't scored for Lord knows how long, is he?
3 games now or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, there he is. Good morning to you, Carl Simpson.
On the other hand, you could say Kane's not scoring at the moment, is he?
Yeah, but he's provider. So,
exactly. So
Salah doesn't have an assist though. He doesn't have any kind of.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Did he get a goal contribution yesterday?
He got an assist yesterday.
Well, that's right. Sure. That pass right across to Mane. Yes.
Yes.
The second goal, right to start the second half. That was Salah's assist. You're right. Yes. That beautiful ball right through the defense that cut right through and set up.
Did you think Liverpool's defense looked a bit ropey though?
I think City could have popped in another 2 or 3 with the chances they were creating.
All right. Man City were Liverpool playing Man City, who probably are the best team around.
Well, I think Man City, just was reminded why it's essential that they go get a Kane or a Haaland or somebody up there. Yeah. Because if they had that one piece in the prong, they're easily one of the best teams in Europe. Right? Yeah. Jamie, I'll let you read that one, Kuva.
I'm glad you never said me.
Magadan Gabi Salahat, hopefully.
Wow. So either Jamie just cussed us or he said good morning and a good it's evening for him. It's 8:19 in the evening for him. So a very good evening to you, sir. A very good evening. A lovely man. Hot whiskey is the trick. There you go, John.
I didn't know how to pronounce it, but I'm not too afraid to give it a stab and get corrected.
Good for you. Good for you. Oh, I would have completely butchered it. But John, hot whiskey. There you go, Dermot. If you're in the background, you're listening. Hot whiskey. I was me and my friend Brandy had a really good time last night. Brandy, honey, hot water, and lemon, and that really opened my throat up. So I'm just happy that it's getting better. That's all that matters. Where's Mr. Box Office? Who's Mr. Box Office?
Alex,
is that Dermot?
No, that's Alex, isn't it?
Is that Alex? Alex never been on our show, has he?
No,
not with me.
No,
I would love to have Alex on. Honestly, I was watching Alex on Tottenham on tour the other day. And before that, I thought, okay, this guy's a little bit barking mad, as you guys like to say. But I always will respect and rate somebody that sticks to their guns. If you have an opinion and you are willing to justify it and back what's coming out of your mouth or your opinions, I will respect you. And Alex does that. So fair play and respect to you, Alex, for doing that. You know, I really found a new appreciation for the man. I really, really did this weekend. That show that they did is hands down probably one of the best streams I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was just phenomenal. That 3 hours just flew by. You know, Sean is just it amazes me how much Sean knows. It really does. For a young guy like that, he's just a wealth of knowledge. And then of course, you know, Tottenham on tour, Danny and Brian Daigle, you already know I've got nothing but love for these boys. So, you know, they're obviously fantastic. And it was just that panel was just stellar. They did a fantastic job, man. Really did. Yeah. So let's So Shaggy, get well soon, Dermot. Fancy putting the lunatics in charge of Somebody's got to do it, Shaggy. Somebody's got to do it, brother. Okay, so go. Who's up? Mark, is this one yours, Ellie's?
I can if you want. What can you achieve with only one star player is incredible. And then you need a team to support that supports to get the very best from that player. We are certainly utilizing Kane in the right way. Yes, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
I think Kane's number needs to be changed to 19 because he's playing the 10 and 9 rule.
Yes.
He's been that absolutely just astronomical. Graham, good morning, good afternoon to you, sir. Great to see you in here.
I think Kane should change his number to 99.
99, that's it? Like the great Wayne Gretzky over here? The hockey player, the legend?
Like the great Kuva over here. Like.
No, I thought you were Kuva 60. I thought it was Kuva 69, Sean rebranded you.
It could be Kuva 69 Shevsky.
Aaron is blushing. Aaron's blushing. Good stuff, brother. Good stuff.
It was Kuval. It was Kuval the other morning.
Kuvu.
On tea and toast.
Filling in for Al Harris, yes, it was.
Yes, on tea and toast, it was Kuval.
I enjoyed your performance, but I missed not hearing Al's life.
Yeah. You can't replace the man.
Thank you very much.
Stand there of it.
Graham was kind enough to subscribe to the boys' channel, so we appreciate that here. We're way behind in the top 4 queue. Kane, Sankulo, Romero, Lloris, especially at the back. Benny and Hoiberg forming solid partnership in the midfield. Yeah, where the catalyst to spark. Surge up the table. You're right about that, Ellie. Yes. You know what? I think even not surging up the table because now my sons on their show did the little prediction where my little man thinks 3rd is achievable, and of course the big guy is still sticking with 4th, only because of the goal differential. It's ridiculous. It's like 30 between us and Chelsea or something like that. So the only thing we can hope for is them dropping points and us recovering those points. Us not dropping points going forward. You know, I think we're all, even though we've had this great run of form and we've had this just blowout with the goals scored compared to the goals conceded, like our goal, you know, difference has just skyrocketed over the last 5-6 games now, and it's just made such a dent on Arsenal over there, and it's been great. So Mr. Box Office is in the building. I got John. You got to tell us who you're referring to, or is it Kuva? Is Kuva our new? Is Kuva our new Mr. It's got to be. It's got to be Kuva because we're always here now, Mark. You know, we're becoming furniture. You and I, Mark. Ryan, Ryan sending you his well wishes, my man. So there you go. Ryan wants you to get better too. Good morning, View on Spurs. Thanks for joining us again. One game at a time. 100%. 100%. There's still 7 left. So thank you, Jamie. This is a new phrase or a new term that Jamie's thrown up for me. The Canadian.
I like it. I
liked it too. Yeah.
I thought that said Canadian.
Yeah, no, it says Canadian.
Canadian.
Yeah. The Canadian Indian, his favorite Canadian. Yes. He said it last night when we were on Dan THFC for a few minutes together, and it made me laugh. So thank you for that, Jamie.
You was on there as well. How many channels are you on, for God's sake?
Dan was on late last night, and I've actually been trying to get a hold of him. And the reason I was really thankful that it came up because it was just all stroke of luck, really. It was because I'm trying to get them all to do something. Because at the end of the day, their channel is a kids' channel. Even though they said I can make guest appearances here and there, they will allow me to come in here and there. This studio is theirs on Sundays, so or whenever they want it, really. So yeah, they've pushed the old man out of the way. And one of the first comments on the channel on the video that they made was something along the lines of that how I've been replaced, and it's kind of out with the old and in with the new, and I'm kind of already old news. trying to remember who said that. Was it him? No, I'm pointing the wrong way. Yeah,
I was going to say.
I'm pointing the wrong way. Yeah, I got to be looking at my screen the other way. That guy. Already giving the kids too much love. Yeah. But did you, Kuva, were you able to watch the show?
Yeah.
And what did you think about him? Yeah, you guys watched it? What did you think? How do you think the boys did?
Absolute naturals.
Yes.
I know what another thing that helps is it's the contrast in appearance as well, with the flat cap, the glasses, and then the big shock of curls.
And then the
supreme
Maradona.
Confidence there. It's like they're a proper double act there. It was really good.
The funniest bit is when they dragged you out right at the beginning. Come on, Dad, get out the way.
Yeah, well, and to be honest with you, Mark, I'll tell you now. That intro. What I was going to say, because I want the opportunity to come on and say thank you to everybody, and of course, I didn't even thank the channel that I'm on. Foolishly enough. So I missed a few things. Oh, Kuva's putting up a game for us. Nice. This is that Charity Shield game that you guys were referring to. So what happened is what happened? Was it not working? So what happened is we tried to, yeah, he's working on it. We'll let him work on it back there. What happened is, so we tried to script questions, this and that, and it didn't work. My older son, he's one of those people, he's very comfortable talking, but he's comfortable talking to people he knows. Once he gets to know you, kind of think, different story. He's very shy, kind of a bit more reserved around other people, where my little one he's just like his daddy. He's got no filter, he's got no care, he's going to say whatever he wants, however he feels. So it's it was nice that we set it up. We tried to do, and he was just uncomfortable. So I ripped up the questions. So, what do you think? It's your Uncle Left Man, Brian and him. I've heard them talk. They have great conversations, you know what I mean, about pre-game, post-game, and everything. So I said, just talk to them the way you normally do in the car. And honestly, as a father, I'm just over the moon. I'm so proud of both of them, but I'm really, really happy with what my boy was able to do. I really, really am. So, but I see Kuva's jumping through here.
Can I just say,
good morning, Lazy.
Dermot's doing that. I'm not touching anything.
No, that's what I said. Did I say Kuva or Dermot? See, I'm off today.
You said Kuva, I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I'm off, man. I probably drank a half a bottle of DayQuil yesterday. I don't know if you guys have that stuff over there, and then a half a bottle of NyQuil to go to sleep. So, yeah, I'm still kind of buzzing a little bit over here.
Can I just say, this is the 1982 Charity Shield.
Charity Shield, yes.
Yes. With Ray Clemence's debut, apparently.
Yeah, that'll be right. Yeah.
Yeah, even though I was only 11.
And I don't know if you guys know, but the thumbnails that we've been posting now, the ones that we've got up on the channel and everything like that, I just remembered that's the person we've got to be giving the credit to right there. Lazy 8 has been the one creating our thumbnails and everything like that, making us look all professional now. So I guess we gotta clean up our image here a little bit, boys, and start to look professional.
Lazy 8 does a lot of great support for quite a few channels. Is the really top bloke.
Well, really, really appreciate that, and loving the graphics you've put together for us and the thumbnail. Yeah. So thank you very much for that.
There's no point asking me to do. I ain't got a clue.
Why not, Carl? Why the hell not? You've supported me in everything else I've done. You can't throw a $5 at a guy for a lap dance? I got kids to feed, buddy. I got my kids we got to get Mark a laptop. These guys are going to need a second mic here. They can't just scream over one Mark, so one mic. Mr. Harris, good morning, Alan.
Now your Spurs YouTube career has been usurped by his children. You're going to need a new one. So
I know.
Bobby K's poll or something like
that. Yes, I could see myself getting 3 subscribers in the first 12 years, and all 3 will be probably me on my phone, on my tablet, and then on my laptop or something.
You know who is going to watch that is Cody Mack with the clips ready.
Cody is great though. Cody supporting you in anything is what you need. So that'd be fantastic.
Great.
Alan, glad to see you in here. I hope you're feeling better and you're recovering there, my man. Right Heart Lane. This name, honestly, is legendary. I know Dermot's a big fan of it too. So good morning. Thank you for joining us. Ellie, you legend. Yeah, legend, queen legend.
Yeah.
Yep, she is. She definitely is. She definitely is. And Aaron is saying the same thing back to Jamie here, so I'm going to assume they're
I
not
have no
swearing.
idea what that means.
I don't think they're swearing. I'm going to leave it at that one. Mike Hotspur Hustler. Okay, good afternoon. His opinions and staying stuff for a reaction. Yeah, well, there's always you want to get a reaction, and you want to have opinions as well. And at the end of the day, an opinion is getting a reaction from somebody.
Yes.
So everybody's going to react to your opinion. They're either going to agree with it, they're going to disagree with it, or just kind of go along with it. So it's like I'm sure he's referring to the Alex thing that we were saying here.
Yes.
And you know what? Like I said, as long as you're willing to back up what you're saying, it's good. Is Cooley, Kane, and Son the best three in the field? As far as I'm concerned, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Kuva, what are your thoughts on that? Me and Mark already say yes.
Sorry, I was daydreaming.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the league table and thinking, what sort of results do we need?
At least you said you were looking at the league table instead of thinking about my pole dancing channel that's going to start soon.
Oh, I was lying. I did come into it. Yeah. Sorry. What are we talking about now?
I've already subscribed to your pole dancing channel. That's brilliant, by the way.
Thank you, Dermot.
Hang on. The boss is in. The boss is here.
Oh, we got to behave now. Where the hell? I'm trying to get the link for my boys' show so I can send it in the chat here. What am I doing wrong? Why do I not know how to use my own? Okay. So, Kuva, what were you saying? The first three, the front three, Kulu, Kane, and Son, are they the best in the Premier League?
On current form, definitely.
Current form, you would say, yeah?
Yeah.
Is there anybody in there that you think that could be replaced that would be an upgrade? Like if I told you right now, Kuva, here's an open checkbook, replace one of these three. Which one would you want to pull out?
I suppose technically you could say there's other players you'd want. I mean, like you mentioned earlier, I mean, you'd probably take Salah over Kulusevski. But right at the moment, I want to see how much he's going to improve. I want to see where he's going. I love going on the journey with players when they start off like this. It's it's fun. It's like getting one of your own coming through the youth ranks and then they really hit the floor running in the first team. That's why I'm excited about watching Skippy. I just want to see how he develops. Yeah. It's fun. It's a really nice journey to go on. So yeah, you could replace some if you really needed to, but I don't want to. I like it. I like who we got. Yeah. I like him as a character as well, Kulusevski. So he's got a nice attitude. Seems a nice bloke. Future's ahead.
He's settled in so fantastically. So, Aaron, thank you very much, brother. Appreciate it. I knew you'd be there to support little Bobby Kerr with the Maradona. Yeah, the chocolate Maradona, Aaron. He's the chocolate Maradona.
It's almost to the point of being Valderrama sort of big hair, isn't it?
You got to see Kuva. Honestly, that's what you guys see is after he spent 10 or 15 minutes patting it down in the mirror and getting. You know how Carlos Puyol with Barcelona, kind of like the curly hair, like fell to the sides kind of thing. I think that's what he's going for versus the mad kind of.
Oh no, the bigger, the madder, the better. I think.
Oh, you got to see what it looks like first thing in the morning because he's been sleeping on it and he sleeps side to side. So you've just got this fro hawk kind of thing come down the stairs. That's about 4 feet from the top of his head coming down, and it's just great. It's fantastic. So Ray Clements, what a keeper! Yeah. I think so. Yeah, since him, that'd be arguable. Yeah, it's hard to say who else is in between there. You know,
big Eric Torch.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Eric the Viking. Yeah. Big. A lot of people are fans of him. Okay. Yes. So where are we at here in the comments? Are we all caught up at least with the comments and stuff like that here? Super Kuba, shout for the boys channel. Bobby, can you shout out the boys channel again? Jamie, pretty funny guy. 40 Euros Villa. I was at this match.
I was at the match.
Wow, you were at the match too, Mark?
No, I wasn't. I was 11.
Yeah, so you could have gone to a match when you were 11, no?
Well, yeah. No,
they let you guys into the pub over there at 11. You can't go to a match at 11?
I'd been in the pub since I was 3.
Oh, you started late.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Jamie, you know what? Thanks to all the support from you guys in this community. You know, everybody is just, it's been Fantastic. Yeah, Mike, I kind of figured that was kind of a thing to Alex, and I knew you were going with that. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate it. But, like I said, I found a newfound respect for Alex yesterday, because I always will respect somebody that's willing to put themselves out there, but not just talk shit, back what you're saying, believe in what you're saying, and honestly kind of legitimize your argument or legitimize your point of view. So, it's fantastic. So you heard the Queen has spoken. Smash the like and subscribe button. Please support us as well here. It's not about just the three boys. They've got a future. They're young. We old guys need a little bit of support too. You know what I mean? And physical support too. Like physical walking aids and stuff. And you could, if you see us sitting down, if you could help us stand up, for you youngsters that are possibly watching, have some respect, okay?
For your elders. Prod every now and then just to check we're still alive. That sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what your son does, Kuva. That's why he jumps into the room and just goes, Chelsea are wankers. If he sees you react, he knows, okay, Dad's feeling fine. He's alive. The ticker's working. I can go play video games now.
a bit of pride summons you out of any sort of slumber you're having.
We love your name too, because I remember Wright was saying something. I believe Wright is his last name.
Yeah,
so that's why he uses Right Heart like that. Yeah, fantastic. Keep going there. Come on, kiss the button, Dermot. We got to get through these quickly, man. We're getting behind. We're behind. Not that fast. Got to read them.
No, I didn't even read that.
Kuva was busy creating the thumbnail for Bobby's poll.
You know what?
I know is naughty.
I might just have to do that.
That's now that is a great question, right, Heartlane? Great question for debate there. Great question for debate.
For me, they've been perfect. They've been perfect for each of the clubs.
Yeah.
Liverpool needed that physical sort of the sort of physical side to his game's really underrated, I think, with Jota, and I think that's what they really required to change things around a bit. But for us, we needed the creativity and we needed an extra goal outlet, and that's exactly what we've got. So I find it difficult to sort of choose between them who was the better signing, because they've both been fantastic.
So basically, you're saying for they're the pieces of the puzzle their clubs essentially needed, and they fit in perfectly. So there's no reason to even consider flipping the two. You wouldn't say if we would want Jota and send Decky over there, because they obviously might not have the impact that they've had where they are.
Yeah,
is that fair to say? Yeah, I'd agree with that, because the thing is, it's like you say, like the way Decky and even Benny have hit the ground running for us. I don't think there's a single person out there that could turn around and say, wow, this is what we expected. This is what we really wanted in here. So I have no idea what this means. I've got to respond to that there. You see that in the private there? I don't.
Why?
Ray Maycock Langer here?
It's talking about Ray Clements making a clanger.
Okay. Okay. Here. Gotcha. Okay. Right here. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was speaking Irish to me. I thought, wasn't it? I thought a clanger was an Irish word or something. That it was just so he was speaking old Gaelic to me or something.
No.
There you go. Dermot thinks Pat Jennings the best of the lot. Sorry, Mark. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say you can tell Dermot's put this game on with 1-0 down.
Can't remember the last time Dermot's picked out a game where we won.
No, there was 1-1 morning when we lost 5-0, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Why is it? It's supposed to be a good morning show or a good afternoon over there kind of show. Dermot, we got to find some uplifting games then, buddy. We need some.
To be fair, it's fun. To be fair, it's fun watching the retro haircuts and kits and everything as well. So
I know the result of this anyway. So
this is where this guy gets his inspiration from this era, right? So with his big hair. So let's click through to the next one there, Dermot. Who's Alan Harris was at that game
was
too.
there.
So Alan and Ellie were both there. Lucky.
Yes.
Lucky.
I loved Aussie's.
Yeah, go on, Mark.
I loved Aussie's spats with the officials. They were legendary, especially versus Man City in the FA Cup replay. He was so busy arguing, chasing the ref around. and was in the ref's ear for a good 10 minutes. Yeah, I can remember that. Yeah.
No, make sure.
Yeah,
make sure.
there was a story. There was a
Saw
story
one a little bit earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
I'll take this one. It's from me. But go ahead. Finish your thought. No, finish your thought.
No. You carry on.
No. Finish your thought, buddy. Finish your thought.
I forget what I was going to say now. That's age.
So I finished your thought. Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, go on then.
Aaron sent this out to me yesterday saying he was willing to trade his daughter and granddaughter to me for the 2 children. So, Aaron, like I said, you've got to throw in a couple of Tukandine McDonald's coupons in there, and we'll have a deal. I'll get the cargo box ready, and we'll just work out the shipping arrangements and everything like that. So, yeah, you know what, Aaron, man, you're sir, I can't thank you enough for the support you've given me since day one. You know, I still remember you are the first person to ever comment on any show that I was actually involved in, and you sent, you know, positivity towards me, and I'll be forever grateful for that.
Hey, he takes the piss out of me.
Yeah, but now he takes the piss out of me too. But I'm just saying the first comment was genuinely really nice. You know what I mean? It's like that motherly love, that "come here, my son, I love you," and then you get the hook across the side of the head.
I'm
okay with that. I'll take that.
If I'm commenting on streams with him, it's cider and all that in the comments.
Well, he knows you like your cider.
No, I don't. I hate it.
Really? Oh, I'm a cider guy.
So no. It's basically, well, I think it's in the tap water around here, but I can't stand the stuff.
Well, it's for me, it's because I've never been a beer fan or really, so yeah, I'm not really much of a drinker anyway. So, but it is what it is. We all get it on. So, Kuva, you saw that?
So what?
You gotta. He's asking you to. I don't think he's feeling well. I think he's gonna go for a lie down now. So if you can just.
Oh yeah, sorry. No problem.
So why don't we let's we're getting into the last 45 minutes already. We're almost halfway through the show here. Let's get through these comments, and then should we throw up the StreamYard link, and let's get some people in here, and let's discuss the Villa game? How's that sound to you guys?
Can do.
All right, let's do that then. So Ellie, I'm sorry, Mark.
No, that's all right. I was just going to say that's all right.
That works with you? Is that okay with you, buddy?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Let's do that then. So, okay, so we've gotten through Ellie, yep, and then Jamie was Liverpool signed Jota, go waste the money, turn up in quality. Decky was our missing piece so far. Yeah, 100%, Carl, 100%. Yeah, Klanger's kids puppet shows from the 70s. Okay,
they certainly were. I'm going to almost certainly sure that Klanger originates from the Latin. It's probably to do with the centurions dropping armor or weapons, and it makes a noise.
Yeah.
Okay. But the Clangers was good. The Clangers was good.
Yeah, it was. It was fun.
Yes.
Aaron replying to that. Ellie saying Ozzy was moaning the ref because they gave the penalty, and when he finally left the ref alone, he started to play again. And the rest is history.
Yes.
The rest is history, or the rat is history?
I'm sure it must be the rest is history.
I was going to say, I don't think she's calling Ozzy a rat, because I know everybody loves him. And speaking of Ozzy, apparently he's making a very healthy recovery. He's doing very well in the hospitals. His something about his blood levels and everything, his heart rate and everything are very stable. He's doing very, very well. So,
and that is in this country as well, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Because
I thought he was in Argentina.
No, well, that's what I was told as well, but it's not, because
there was a photo of him.
It was the Harfield Hospital, something like that. Yeah. It's the same, because I saw the picture of Glenn Hoddle visiting him, and it was the same place he had his heart surgery done. So
yeah,
I'm not sure where got that one from.
Who was that? Number 11.
Well, that's Mark Falco. Got to be.
Yes.
He was a really underrated player for us.
Yeah.
Scored quite a few goals. So remember him hitting 20 goal seasons. He quite comfortably filled up.
I prefer that, though. I prefer that, Kuva. Personally, I want players to come in that we feel are underrated, like Benny and Decky, and then show us that we underrated them and we were wrong. Yes. I would much rather be wrong about a player that I underrated than a player that I overrated and came in and did absolute shit for us.
Absolutely.
You know,
I mean,
Soldado,
we're all critical of players every now and then, but
yeah,
it's not a nice feeling. We don't want to do that, do we? We want to be cheering.
No.
And I said it yesterday that, you know, even though I come down on Winks and everything like that, and in reality, there's a big difference between quality and commitment. Now, as far as I'm concerned, Winks has commitment, but he just doesn't have the quality. So I am not going to rake him over the coals and say, you know, you're so terrible. You're such a terrible player. You're such a terrible person, this and that. At the end of the day, he's got a job to do. He comes out, and if he makes an honest effort to do his job, I will respect you for that. It's when you see people like Ndombele and Dele Alli that have all the talent in the world, that they have the ability, and they just freaking waste it, that pisses me off more. So, and like I was saying yesterday, it's just so fantastic that we've got, you know, the Deadwood and this poisonous, toxic black cloud atmosphere in our dressing room gone, because I think it's made a major difference in the way our boys are all playing and sticking together. And there's also one thing we just want to let you guys know before we continue carrying on is that we're going to be this is something Dermot has been discussing. He wants to bring Tottenham Tantrum Gold back to what Tottenham Tantrum Gold was supposed to be, showing the classic games in the background while we have discussions regarding what's happening in the now, possibly discussions about this stuff. Obviously, discussions with this stuff will be had with these guys because this guy knows absolutely nothing. So I will be a fly on the wall, just gladly listening in and getting my knowledge. And it's going to be fantastic. We want to see, you know, we want to remind people about what the greatness of Tottenham is, why we have such a lengthy, long history behind our club, why we have so much passion for our club, and why we as now long-term fans outside of the ENIC era are pissed off, even though our club is doing well and sustaining financially, because these glory days have not been seen in a very long time. So we are starving for success, and this is a way to remind everybody about what Tottenham is and that we have tasted success, a lot of success, and we just want to taste it again. So big up for you, Dermot, for going back to what the show was supposed to be and what you wanted to do with it, to sticking to your guns. So good for you, my man. I'm really looking forward to doing this with you, and I'm really looking forward to seeing these games and learning about this. Benny Kaufman, I'm smelling what the cough is brewing, my man. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us, buddy. We will be joining you shortly on your side as well. We know we overstep a little bit and cut into Benny's time here, but you know, we got to get over to the coffee company. So when you're done here, guys, it's time to mellow out. It's time to relax. It's time to just sit back and have a coffee with the Kaufman himself. Get over to the coffee company when you wrap up over here, because it's just great. And the guy just is a lovely, lovely soul. So another great Tottenham YouTube community member that we should all be getting behind. So big up to you, sir. Thanks for joining us, Ben. Calling a Barry from so he's going on about Nick from Shelfside Spurs here, I think now. So he owes me a few for calling him Barry from EastEnders. Yeah. You know what? What's funny is I just said to the guys the other day that I'm talking to Nick from Shelfside and that I'm gonna see if he can, you know, do one of the interviews as well, because they know him a little bit. So to start these off, I want them to do it with people they kind of know before I start introducing them to other members of the YouTube community that they haven't really kind of familiarized themselves with or talked to, because they've talked to Nick via video chat and everything on WhatsApp. So it was kind of funny because when I kept calling him Nick, Jay turned around to me and goes, "Dad, why do you keep calling him Nick?" And he goes, "Isn't that Barry guy?" And I just chuckled to myself, said, "Son, you know, I'm just going to let you see why we call him Nick or Barry or Sean, or as being
Ranjit,
East Indian, we should be
Dr.
calling him
Leg.
Uncle Ranjit or your Uncle Ranjit." Right? So, yeah, it's fantastic. So Jamie's let us know here that in the next comment there that he's in, is it Harefield Hospital? Where's that? Gonna bring that up there, Kuva?
Yeah, that's in.
Sorry, I need to be right back a second. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh.
No. Mark, we've lost all our tech support.
I'll bring up that one just for a second.
Okay, we're jumping to. So the one. Okay, so before the Tavakron. Please let me know if I finally got it right. Please let me know. I actually practiced that one. Met Mark Falco outside the ground when I was 17. He and Terry Gibson were chatting me up. Oh, Ellie.
Here we go.
Ellie's got some stories for us.
Here we go.
Oh, man. Ellie, you're supposed to be, that's something for you to bring on to the Ladies Spurs tomorrow. Hopefully you can come over and get this thing going. You want to do it, Dermot, and tell us about this day.
Yeah.
Tavakron is saying, hi, Mark Falco scored some big goals for us. He knocked Bayern Munich out of Europe, and his volley to open the scoring a 5-0 Easter thrashing of the Arse at the Lane in 83 is legendary. I actually have no idea about that.
I do.
Now I'm going to have to hope that we actually maybe bring that game up soon and I get to see this. And Aaron, hey, Dermot. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I just come in. We're starting next week with the 83-84 season. We're going to show then on the same night the full game of the 84 UEFA Cup final. And then we're going all the way back to on Tuesday to the 1901-21 Cup finals. I find some footage of them finals, believe it or not.
Good stuff.
So we're doing that as well.
Excellent.
And then we're going from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. We're going back. We're going to show you why this club is brilliant. And I want to thank Bobby, Kuva, and Mark for doing a brilliant job this morning. And I'm now going to rest and just go and find it hard to breathe now. So sorry.
It's okay. Before you jump off, because we're getting into the last 40 here, Dermot, do you mind throwing the link up in the chat so we can get it that we want?
Sure. I've just seen that.
Yeah, because this game, Sean's willing to jump in with us here too, and I believe Eugene was asking earlier.
Just to give you a thing, this game was the start of the 81-82. Yeah. Aston Villa had won the league.
Gotcha. Okay.
The previous season in 81, we won the FA Cup. This was a great season for us. We went on to the semi-finals in the Cup Winners' Cup. We won the FA Cup. We lost in the League Cup final against Liverpool 3-1. Yeah. And we think we finished third in the league. But we will be doing that. We will be going back into these games, and Tottenham Tantric Gold is going back to what we're all meant to be.
Going back into the golden generation. That's why it's called gold, baby.
Yeah. So Alan Harris is in. I'm going to...
Alan, good morning.
Good morning, boys.
All right. And Dermot...
Thank you, Kuva.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kuva, for the other day. I'll tell you something. I need to go job hunting, mate. I think, you done me. You done it superb.
Well, you don't have to worry yet, Al, because he still doesn't have his own song and video. Once he gets, if we get a Kuva's life video going, then you've got to worry. But right now, Al's life is still on the Billboard Top 100 charts list. It's still rocking it. The kids are downloading it. People are using it as their ringtone. So until Al's life starts to fizzle away, you're safe. Not to worry, my man. Not to worry, my man. And I see the man himself down there, right at the bottom of the list, where he should not be. But
there we go.
Oh shit! I haven't got my hat on.
What?
See,
oh my God, Sean has hair?
No.
Bugsy strikes again. Check the garden.
No, hang on.
See, now you wants to switch you in spots because we couldn't tell you didn't have his hat on down there. You want to chuck through the comments here quickly, Kuva? Let's finish them up and then we'll start talking about the Villa game. We were on a Tavakron right after Ellie's comment. A Tavakron, he did the he was speaking about the 5-0 thrashing, the Easter threat. Yes, we read
that one.
Yeah, we read that one, and then Aaron was next there. Yeah. So you want to get that one in there, Mark?
Aaron's replying to Tavakron. Wembley one. Falco, another link where we have with QPR along with the Allen clan, Redknapp, Les Ferdinand, Tarat, Cranchar, to name a few. I hope they get promoted. My mate's team. Fair play.
Good.
Ellie saying Hoddle was called lazy by the crazy media when he was far from that. They called him a luxury player too, the twats. Hoddle was most gifted English player will ever have. Gazza a close second. Well, you got to have Jimmy Greaves up there as well, though, haven't you? But yeah, he was very underutilized. Hoddle was a genius player. I think it's summed up best with the French player Michel Platini when he said, if Hoddle had been born French, he would have had 150 caps easily. That's something up. He had a paltry 57 caps, if I remember rightly.
Who said that about him, Kuva?
Michel Platini.
Oh, Platini. Okay. He was the head of the FA or whatever, the FIFA Federation for a while too, right?
Yeah, World Player of the Year and everything. And, seriously good player himself.
Yeah. I think Kuva. I think what the problem was with Hoddle was because he wasn't cast as being physical.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I think he started playing with us in 76, 77 that time, and I think he got his first ever booking in 1981 or 82.
Oh, okay.
When we played, I was there. I actually went. We played Swindon away in the cup.
Okay,
and Hoddle got booked, and we all thought, "No, you must be having a laugh. He don't get booked."
Yeah, but you know what? To be fair, Al, we were talking about this the other day, like because of the Villa game and the way that it was a hacking job basically set out by Gerrard to his team. That style of football was just before this generation of football, the 70s, the 80s kind of thing. That's what was expected, kind of thing. That physical game. So Hoddle. So now we're saying that a player was criticized for not having that physicality in his game, for not being dirty, for not going into those tackles and challenges, and not getting booked. Yet now, when they do it, we criticize them for doing it. So have we kind of lost the game a little bit? Should there be a little bit? Should what Aston Villa been doing? Should we be really that critical on them about it? These are things I think we should be discussing now.
To be honest with you, Bobby, if that game on Sunday was in the 70s and 80s, there wouldn't have even been a booking on the field.
Nobody would have batted an eye. Not to one challenge. Yeah, that's what my thought process was.
To be honest with you, so football's gone soft, mate.
That's every sport though. We got hockey over here, which is the biggest sport over here. Hockey, one of the biggest things in it was the fighting and everything like that. You'd have bench clearing brawls. And now, if you just tap a player instantly straight into the penalty box, or with football, it would be a card, right? And it's absolutely maddening. So I would like to see a combination of the two almost come together, some sort of a fusion of that era with this era now, where there is a little bit of grit left in the game. But when you're seeing tackles that are intently, the challenge on Doherty was intent to harm. The challenge I've got
to go against you there, sir. He went for the ball, and it just a case of that.
The follow through, though. Follow through. He tried to, he knew what he was doing with the follow through.
When you're trying to make a sliding challenge, a sliding challenge, you can't, once you connect the ball, stop. Unfortunately, you are going to follow through.
But then what about the young one on Kane?
Oh yeah, that one should have been a red card.
Red. Okay.
That one, I think that should have been a red card, but I think the Doherty was just very unlucky in the sense of the way he went down, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so his was a combination of ball and an unlucky challenge in your eyes, and
in my eyes,
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So
what does Sean reckon? Good time to bring Sean in on that one.
Yeah,
what do you reckon? Doherty challenge.
What do I think about what? Sorry, Kuva?
The Doherty challenge that's put him out for the season.
Yeah, I think generally speaking, the two challenges, his one and Kulusevski's, were almost identical in the height at which they both got the ball both times. They got the ball, but they followed through where almost they scissored. Both players got scissored, and whilst they might have got the ball, the follow through of where the contact was made on the kneecap of both players was essentially above the thigh of both of the Aston Villa players, Tyrone Mings and Matty Cash.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the Mings one too. Yeah.
And the only difference I actually think that Tyrone Mings one was dirtier.
I think so. Yeah, that was horrible. I can't even believe there's no card. But sorry, go on.
Well, neither of them. I think Tyrone Mings was given as a free kick. Doherty's wasn't even given as a free kick. It went out for the referee did nothing to protect the team, and it encouraged it. It galvanized them into thinking, we can get away with this. But the difference being that Doherty unfortunately had his weight on the impact leg, and that Kulusevski had just literally by 0.1 of a second managed to pull his weight onto the other foot. But if you actually see the freeze frame, even Kulusevski's knee on the challenge looks like it's already buckled. I don't know how that guy got away with it. Career ending, both of them career-ending injuries. Disgraceful, absolutely disgraceful. Tyrone Mings has got history doing that to 3 or 4 other players. Yeah, there's nothing more. I mean, I've said it in my Tottenham Walks thing. I think the referee is an absolute disgrace. I think Steven Gerrard needs to be ashamed of himself. I think both of the players should come out and apologise. The fact that Spurs Web or somebody put a tweet out saying, "I wish everybody a good week in the world, bar Matty Cash," and then put the picture of the challenge up, and Matty Cash liked that tweet and retweeted it. Yeah. Like that just shows the sort of, like
or lack of,
like the crass disregard for someone's career.
Yeah. Well, after that challenge, Sean, he put his hands up as a celebration, like he had scored a goal or something like that, and he's
it was clearly an instruction. It was clearly an instruction from Steven Gerrard to go out. This is the way. The one thing I think you can take as a positive out of it, guys, is that if you think about the way that Tottenham have, all the way back to the Southampton away game. I talk about it all the time on various channels. Southampton away, when we played them in January, their guy Hasselbeck, what his name is, David Hasselhoff. I always call him Hasselhoff. He set that template to do a low block formation with moments of high press on the offensive line, and we couldn't break them down even when they went down to 10 men. They then did Watford did exactly the same thing, and they frustrated us for 90 minutes. We won the game in the 93rd minute, 95th minute, whatever it was. Burnley did it, Wolves did it, Southampton at home for us did it, Middlesbrough did it. It's a low block template with moments of high press, and Tottenham didn't know how to switch and pay attention to the transitions that the other team were doing. And the one thing that over the last, month and a half, we have now figured out a way to beat the low block, which is fantastic. And Aston Villa came at that game and went, well, if we can't just do the low block high press, like temporary high press now, how do we do it? How do we frustrate Tottenham? And their version of beating us was to go uber aggressive. Had we succumbed to that, had we not won that game, had we drawn 1-1, had we lost the game, I guarantee you Brighton would do exactly the same thing on Saturday. I guarantee you Brentford would do it the Saturday after that. And so, Liverpool wouldn't, but Leicester would as well, right? So the fact that unfortunately, what happened to Doherty is what happened to Doherty. And luckily, fortunately, Kulusevski escaped with just minor bruising. But the fact that we absorbed that style of play and then smashed them 4-0, I'm hoping that Brighton are not now going to look at Aston Villa's methodology and say that's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it. Yeah,
I'm hoping they're going to have to figure out a different way. I don't want to play 7 more games with us having to face that kind of wrath.
We can't afford injuries. We don't have the players to fill in the gap, so that's a major problem. Sorry, Alan, go ahead.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, they were way over physical, and to be honest with you, the referee didn't intervene enough. It's just that I thought that actual one challenge was just the fact that he went for the ball. You
don't think it was overly malicious?
I don't think he actually had the intention to damage Doherty. That's my own view. I mean, at the end of the day,
if he didn't celebrate afterwards, then I would agree with you, Alan. It's his body language after that bugs me.
I might not notice that bit, mate. But as I say, so like all I know is when he went into the challenge, sort of like, I'm not being funny. I don't want to see the game become a non-contact because, to be honest with you,
you got to have some physicality. It's part of it.
The game's changed. I mean, I'm watching this game. There's been a few sort of little challenges here and there, and you think they're no different. But not getting free kicks for them,
if this game was being played today, there'd probably already be a half a dozen yellow cards. But I want to go to my guys.
I was going to say quickly, it's a judgment call, of course. So I respect Alan's point of view, but I mean, for me, I disagree. I think they know exactly what they're doing in that situation. They were looking to clean the player out.
100%. That was a tactic. It's okay if it happens once. If it happens once in the game, fair enough. But it happened like even the Ashley Young challenge on Harry Kane, super cynical. To do one thing and one thing only, which is take the player out and ideally hurt them or scare them. Not necessarily hurt them, but scare them.
Now on that point, Sean.
It's not like taking the ball first and then sliding into the player. It's doing both at the same time. It's clear. Just call the classic clear out. It's you get rid of everything in front of you. It's just not allowed nowadays. That's all there is to it.
Sean touched on it a bit that it's a tactic. Now, are we seeing the fact that Gerard's inexperience as a manager, the fact that you coached in a 2-team league and you coached one of the 2 best teams in that league, so you had success there. So it was almost, could it be considered that it's a walk-in job, that anybody would have success in that job? And now he's being exposed with his inexperience, his inability to be a good manager. So these are the poor tactics that he has to resort to try to get results for his team. I want to start with you on Kuva, and I want to work up from the bottom of the totem pole there and see what you all think about that. Do you think Gerard's inexperience is why he's resorted to using these pathetic tactics?
I think it's just down to a case of we're a better side technically than they are. He knows that. Mm-hmm. How are they going to rattle us the most? They've got to up their level of physicality to make up for the fact that technically and pace-wise and everything, the way when we're playing football on top form, as we have been at times in the last few games, we're looking unstoppable. He was trying to rattle our team basically, and in that first half, it was working. That's the sad bit. That's why it was so pleasing. As Sean said, it was so good that we came out the second half, smashed 3 more goals past them, made them look like complete mid-table, useless garbage, which they are. And gave them nothing to cheer about in the end. What, are they going to cheer a few bad tackles and an injury? They got whooped 4-0 in their own backyard. So they just need to suck it up, shut up, and get on with it.
But to be fair, Kuva, the reason they stopped cheering is because, the stands were empty by the 80th minute.
Yeah.
Mark, your thoughts?
Oh, hello.
Hello, Mark. Come on, chime in, buddy. Chime in. Come on. This is your 5-second spot. Go on. You've already wasted 3 seconds. What are your thoughts, buddy? Is it Gerard's inexperience that forced him to resort to these tactics? Or do you think that he saw that because of the quality we have, like Kuva touched on, that this is his only opportunity and his only way that he's going to be able to get a result against us?
Yeah. Well, it's like Kuva said, definitely. They're not better than us, so they had to rough us up. Now, Saturday, I was in the pub, so I did pay attention, but I'd had a few beers, so I can't really remember what happened. I can remember the tackles flying in. It reminded me of the wrestling. I was waiting for someone to hit someone with a steel chair. To be honest.
No kidding.
Yeah. But it's like Kuva said, that they're worse than us, so they had to try and rough us up a bit.
Right.
In some of the challenge, because they were never going to out football us. Not with the team we got. So
Bugsy's chiming in. Hold on.
Yeah,
it's okay.
He's trying to say Steven Gerrard he's far too smart to be naive. That's what she's saying. I understand, Bugsy. Sorry. Mark.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mark.
And I was going to say, and the cat's not even in here, so it's nothing to do with me.
So you basically think this man is a 1 or 2 trick pony at best. He doesn't have the expertise in his managerial cupboard to be able to come up with different tactics to try to beat us, or at least get a draw or play for something else. You're playing at home in front of your home fans. You have to really get this dirty.
Well, I think he knew right from the beginning that we got the far superior side, far superior. They've got a couple of good players, aren't they? Is it Watkins and
Coutinho, Watkins, and even you can hate Cash all you want. He's actually, I think he's a decent player up there. And,
but they were never going to beat us playing football ever.
Well, in the first half, it's arguable that they could have been beating us.
Yeah.
Without Lloris, we could have gone into that half down 3-1, 4-1, or at least just drawing 1-1. We were very friggin' lucky to get out of there unscathed in the first half.
Well, that's after they give us 3 stone cold stunners and 2 rock bottoms.
There you go. And a pile driver.
Yeah, and a tombstone.
and the people's elbow.
That's at the people's elbow.
Yeah, it was all in there. It was all in there. I was going to say,
stone cold stunners. Love that.
Love it.
Well, I was going to say, I've just said I was in the pub, so I was singing and shouting and drinking and that in there. But I was expecting steel chairs to come out at one stage, or someone to get hit with the ring bell or something.
The ladder match.
Yeah.
Mr. Harris, your thoughts, please. Do you think Gerard is an inexperienced manager and he has to use these shit tactics to get a result?
He's a very inexperienced manager in this part of in this country. I mean, Scotland, totally different football. You know, I mean, as you say, 2-team league. When it comes to when he was playing for Liverpool, he's mostly their most physical person they had on the field anyway. You know, he was very. I think he see a few red cards in his time, didn't he? I don't know how many, but he definitely see some red cards in his time. He was renowned for showing some tackles on there. So yeah, I think he is an experience. As I say, so like a lot of I see comments about this the Celtic manager. If Conte goes, we want this man. We want this man. He plays brilliant football. And I'm thinking,
in a
totally different league. Different league. You know, you're not 2-team leagues. As I say, it's like Spain, really. I know. Occasionally you get Atletico.
Well, they're a 3-team league now.
Yeah, you get the Atletico and this that job. And in every league, apart from this one, although it's slightly coming in that way in a sense with Liverpool Man U at the moment, Liverpool Man City, but every league is usually 1 or 2 teams. In some senses, the Bundesliga is 1 team, isn't it? Because, 9 out of 10 times, it's Bayern Munich that win the bloody league.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think he's well out of his depth. At the end of the day, so there's no way you can go. You can't have a team playing with that physicality. Not today. You know, as I say, it's scary how you go for a ball now because sometimes you can't make a challenge of any kind without it being dangerous. You know.
Yeah, everything. You know, and at the speed that these players play at now too. You know, they're a lot stronger, bigger, faster than they were 30 years ago. So, you know, injuries are part and parcel of the game, as you guys like to say. Mr. Butler, the man that has all the answers and just amazes me every time he opens his mouth. Sir, is Gerrard out of his depth?
No, I don't think. Like, he might be, you know, relatively inexperienced as a manager, but he's been there and seen it and done it as a player, as a leader, with all of the Liverpool managers over the years. I'm sure there's not a scenario that hasn't been put past him, that he hasn't been very much involved in. I don't think that first of all, I don't believe that people in the comments saying, I think views on Spurs saying, look, when Romero dishes it out, I agree. I agree that we're excited when we get away with aggressive play, and we love Romero for his aggressive play.
Yeah.
But, you definitely have the perspective of when it's on the receiving and you don't like it. But I do think I've never seen Romero come close to breaking someone's knee, or destroying a career in the last 18 months, 2 years that he's been at Tottenham. And that happened twice, you could argue 3 times in one game.
Yeah.
And I do think that it was a deliberate tactic. I do think that Steven Gerrard looked at Tottenham and said, okay, look, how do we beat this team? Well, the low block doesn't work anymore, or the low block isn't working. So let's try plan B, option B, which is let's see how they like it, up them. Let's see if they like it aggressive, and let's see if we can get away with it. And a yellow card in the first 5 minutes of the game to Matty Cash would have snuffed it out. So I don't necessarily have a problem with Steven Gerrard using it as a tactic. I do have a problem with the referee allowing the tactic to play itself out. And like I say, on another day, both injuries could have been, or both Doherty could have got lucky and avoided any problems. But on a different day, both of those players, or Harry Kane, could all be walking away, and we could be 3 injuries down. And the fact that Tottenham came out of that game with more yellow cards than Aston Villa, absolute disgrace. That referee should not.
That Højbjerg challenge, that Højbjerg card.
It wasn't even a challenge. He put his arm on his shoulder. The guy was already
saw happen before that, and then that gets a card.
Exactly.
That pissed me off. Even now, just just smashed back in my head, and it just
when you look at that tussle, when you look at that little tussle they had, Coutinho actually was more physical than Højbjerg.
Yeah, and he was falling over already when all Højbjerg did was put his hand on his shoulder. And it wasn't even a pullback; it was just to put his hand on his shoulder. Yeah. So look, to me, I definitely think it was a tactic that was employed. I think that, but it's an okay tactic to employ. Like, it's one of the options. If you're playing against a team that's better than you, that across the park, how do you stand up? Well, one of the options is to do the low block. One of the options is to go gung ho and see what happens, like a Leeds. The other option is to get physical and see if the opposition really fancy the game when they're getting smashed left and right and centre. So it's an okay tactic. I think that the players need a little bit more responsibility because, you know, they were going in there a little bit too gung ho with the challenges. But I think the referee is the person most at fault for not. You know, you need a referee. A referee's job. They always say a referee's job is to keep 22 players on the pitch. Well, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't give yellow cards and red cards out. If what you're doing is allowing someone to injure somebody else. So I think that referee needs to be chastised and criticised, and he shouldn't get a game this weekend. I'm sure he will, but long story short, I don't think Steven Gerrard was too naive. I think Steven Gerrard knew exactly what he was doing, and even though he's only got relatively few years of managerial experience, he's been, you know, all the way from Gerard Houllier to Benitez, all the way through his career, those managers have leaned on him and said, well, what do we do? How do we play this game? How do we beat Chelsea in the cup final? How the semi-finals? How do we do this, that, and the other? So I think Gerrard's been a part of those managerial decisions throughout his career, which is why he will be a great manager over the next 10 years of his career. He'll go on and win things, no doubt, if he gets a good job at Liverpool, whatever, after Mr. Teeth moves on. He'll probably be the next Liverpool manager, and he'll go on to great things. I don't think it's naivety. I don't think it's ignorance. And I don't think it's inexperience. I think it was deliberate. I think it probably made sense as a technique. I just think the referee allowed it to happen, and that's where my anger is today.
Yeah,
In the chat
no,
that I was
the only
watching-
reason why I went for I don't think he's got the experience enough, Sean, is the fact that I haven't heard that kind of performance coming out of physicality in their last few games, and they haven't really been on a bad run. You know what I mean? When Villa look like they're starting to pick results up, even under their previous manager. You know what I mean? And then Gerrard comes in. He had a good start. So if it was coming out every week, this team should have 6 red cards, or not yet red cards, but be getting bookings here, there, and everywhere. I'll say, yeah. My inexperienced thought of it is the fact that he is now finding how hard the job is, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think Villa have got that many injuries either. So, you know,
I take your point. I thought Villa were really good value in the first. I think that Aston Villa, he's definitely finding it. He's finding the job. He started out. He came in his first 5 or 6 games, and he was a breath of fresh air. Right? They got all sorts of results, and then suddenly, you know, the new manager bounce thing, you know, fades away a little bit, and it gets back down to brass tacks. You know, what's the tactic? I just personally don't think that it was a tactic where he's gone, I don't know what else to do, let's just get physical. I think it was one of those where most managers were probably, if you're looking at Aston Villa against Tottenham, I think Brighton, this is, you know, one of the things I'll be talking about with Jack later about the Brighton game. You know, what do they do now? We've already beaten them twice this season, once at home, once away. On both games, they have players that look dangerous, like that guy Trossard, Cucurella, Lamptey, etc. But they've come out of both of their games against us on the wrong end of six goals.
I don't think Potter's that kind of man. I honestly don't think Potter's that sort of person.
No, I'm not saying he is going to go that way, but I just think that would be an option, right? Like, how do you play against a Tottenham that is banging in 5 goals a game at the moment?
Yeah.
How do you do it? Well, there's only a few ways you can play. Unless you're a Liverpool or a Man City who go, I don't give a shit what Tottenham team are playing. We're going to play our game, and we're going to, you know, they might have chances, but we're going to have more chances because we play with a high line. Like, those sorts of teams don't care who they're playing against. They play their system. Everybody else has to consider the opposition. Yeah. And I don't know what Brighton are going to do.
No, I think Tottenham. It might be a case. I think it might be a case with Brighton. It might be a case of they go with a low block. And
so sorry, guys. Just 2 things I want to get into here quickly because I know Jamie's asked the question a couple of times. Jamie, I'm sorry. I'm obviously technically a little bit inept here, but the link for Ben Kaufman's show, if you just go over, it's called The Coffee Company, Kauffiie Company.
Yeah.
Kuva, I don't know if you have the link or not, or if you could just post it
I'm
up
just
there.
having
Jamie
a
was
quick look
asking
to
for
see
it.
if it's in the banner somewhere.
Yeah, if you don't mind just chucking that in, because Ben's gone live now as well. So we'll all head over there in a few minutes there, join that lovely man over there. I know Phil was in here saying good morning as well. We jumped by that. So good morning to you, Phil. Thank you for joining us. And of course, we've got the man Aaron Dubb in the corner joining us right now. So good morning to you, Aaron. How are you, brother?
I'm good, Mr. Bobby K and Choney Boy, Mr. Harris, Kuvashevsky, and get those ciders down.
Kuvashevsky. Here we go.
I got a cider in front of me, boys.
I see Scotty M just popped
We'll
up
in
the comments to bring us a bit of positivity, and a bit of joy.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll tell you,
good morning, Claude.
I've lost my train of thought. I don't think Stevie G would send his players out to injure our players, right? I think the referee, he probably just said, look, go out and get stuck in, right? Give him a fight. And the referee didn't, control the game. And this is what happens when games get out of hand. Now, a lot of us has grown up, with 1980s football where tackles from behind were permitted, and and even just going back a few years where you have the Battle of the Bridge at Chelsea, Stamford Bridge. I mean, I'm in a feisty game. Yeah. But there was a certain lack of discipline yesterday, and for me, it goes back to the referee. And as I said in the comments, like for Ashley Young to literally almost, take out Harry Kane in a World Cup year, the captain of his own country,
his own club, yeah.
I mean, that's just to me like, and again, referee for me, really hope something gets done about it.
Now, on that, Aaron, I'd like to say that I'm personally a little bit, as mad as I was about the young tackle, I'm a little bit more mad with our coaching staff, really, for not bringing Kane off. Now, I know we pulled off Son. I know we brought in Bergwijn. I know we brought in Mora and everything. We were forced into the substitution for Doherty. When we knew that they were targeting Kane, and especially his ankles now, why at that point with the sub left did we decide to pull off Son instead?
Yeah, and do you know what, Bobby? That baffles me all the time because we're always keeping Kane on unnecessarily. He gets played in friendly games for England. I honestly think it's down. I think Harry Kane must be demanding this.
Yeah,
maybe.
I thought that.
Well, somebody made a comment, I think it was yesterday, that we talked about that. I wonder if it's in his contract that he said basically, I get to pick and choose when I come off, if I come off.
Nah.
Now, I can't see that happening because we all know his brother made his contract, and we all know what a great negotiator he is. Mr. Mark Cousins, you're too quiet in the corner over there. Your thoughts, sir? Do you think that Kane should have been pulled?
Yeah. Well, when the game's dead, surely, he's the main man. I mean, we need him. So when you're 4-0 up, just take him off, give him a rest.
Exactly.
Surely.
Cool.
Well, to be honest, none of the first 11 are really that disposable.
No.
One injury
Exactly,
to any of them.
Yeah.
Scrumpy, do you think, Scrumpy, that Kane has more power than we know about within the club?
I think so.
So do I. There's no logical reason why he doesn't come off earlier in games when we've already won the game, with 20 minutes to go. It makes no sense.
He mostly wants to stay on because they all get paid bonuses, don't they? I don't know.
Oh, based on minutes played?
I don't know.
I guess his brother's
results or goals or what. I don't know. Every player.
Okay, makes sense.
Some sort when they're playing a game, but.
Well, he can't.
I don't think it's for money though, Mr. Harris. I think it's more for him wanting to score goals. Break records.
Yeah.
I doubt he's that worried about money at this point in his career. He's got enough.
He's not short of a bubble.
Well, he's been underpaid for the last 5 years, so.
I get the feeling that there's going to be some sort of communication goes on between Kane and the bench saying, you okay? And he'll just give him a little thumbs up saying everything's fine. They'll let him stay on then. He's not, I think Kane's got enough intelligence about him to know if he's going to come off, if he's not feeling 100%. If the slightest little knock, he's probably thinking ahead. I think
you'll see that with him. I think you'll see him do that.
Yeah, that's an obvious come off. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I think it's more little subtle things, perhaps from the bench, just glancing at him. There's a little thumbs up.
Yeah,
everything's fine. He wouldn't risk himself for bigger matches coming up because he knows what it's like when he does pick up an ankle injury and he's out for a long time. He's not going to take them sort of risks again.
You look at the Champions League final.
His recovery time is getting longer and longer and longer. He's getting older and older, right? So where are we going now, guys? With the Newcastle game, did he do 90 minutes? Can anybody verify that? Mr. Butler will know the answer to that one for sure. Did he do the full 90 minutes of the Newcastle game?
Yeah.
He did the full Newcastle game, and we were up 5-1, and again he wasn't pulled.
Yeah,
so
he's only been substituted. He's only been substituted like twice this season in Premier League games. Yeah.
Wow, and it's a wonder why we end up losing this man for weeks at time, and then we sit here and cry as first because we scream the fact we don't have a backup for him.
It's nonsense, and this is one of the reasons why you would also, when people have the conversation around who should we buy as an improvement in our offensive line, do we go for Maupay? Do we go for Depay? Do we go for Dybala? Do we go for Lautaro Martinez? All those names, like they're all world-class players that might be surplus at their own clubs and want to go on somewhere else. But this ongoing issue of Tottenham can't find a replacement for a second guy for Harry Kane. Like if you want to find someone that's better than like a Vinicius, but who's also willing to play 30% of the game time, and those 30% are going to only be possibly like weaker opposition in the Europe and maybe Carabao Cup and FA Cup games, you're never going to get Lautaro Martinez or Dybala or a Depay to want to do that if someone like Steven Bergwijn isn't really happy doing it. Yeah. And those three, Bergwijn's not fit to lace the boots of those three. So there's more to the argument about like why don't we give Harry Kane a rest just for the purposes of giving him a rest?
For the sake of that,
that's one reason why he shouldn't always be left on the pitch, even if he wants to be, because he wants to score a goal, he wants to hit his records, etc. Or if he has undue influence where he can, dictate how much game time he has. But there's levels to that conversation, which is how on earth are you ever going to convince somebody who's good enough that when you give Harry Kane a break, when you do rest him, that you're bringing in someone that can contribute, that has quality, because Carlos Vinicius didn't have it. The young guys we've got, they're not there yet. They're not ready. Troy Parrott's not ready. And none of those guys are going to come in and do a job. So if you want someone that you can rest Harry Kane and give the guy who comes in can do a job, the only name that I can think of who fits that bill, and I know some people hate the concept of going backwards on sentimentality reasons, but the only player that I think still has world-class potential or world-class competence and is happy to sit on the bench and doesn't mind being a squad player is Gareth Bale.
Yeah, I can see him wanting to do that. Yeah.
That's
a very great point, Sean. We've only got a couple of minutes left here, so I want to end up on that actually, guys. You brought up the Vinicius thing. Now, me and Sean, I already know from what you just said, I think we're going to have a disagreement on this one, but I don't think Vinicius was as bad that we shipped him out for. Would he have been worth the money that they wanted? Hell no, obviously. But I think if we could have got him at a reduced number, considering what his contribution was, I don't think it would have been a bad shout to keep him.
What was his contribution, Bobby?
But he did well when he came in that.
He scored 10 goals. He scored 10 goals. He scored 10 goals. 3 of them were a hat trick against Marine. The other 7 were all Tommy Tappins. I had a conversation with Will Stewart on his channel about this, and we actually looked at the data. The expected goals of the goals he scored was a 0.75, and that is the equivalent of a penalty shoot of a penalty. Right. So every one of the goals that he scored, or 9 out of the 10 goals he scored, were literally tap-ins, and the only goal that wasn't a tap-in that was high quality was against Marine.
Yeah.
But when I look at the fact that before that we had Jansen come in, we had Soldado come in, and guys that were just absolutely beyond way worse crap than what this man was. Yeah, I think that he, being a youngster, just on that premise of his age, that especially now with Conte, and that I think Conte could have, he had he had a higher ceiling that he could have kind of achieved, and he could have gone up a level, whereas some of the other players that we brought in that we spent more money on weren't able to go up a level at all.
If Harry Kane gets injured, Bobby, if Harry Kane gets injured, right? Let's say he got injured against Villa and we had Vinicius on the bench, right? And we have to play Vinicius as a starter to just to take your point, your argument. We play Vinicius as a starter in a 3-4-3 against Brighton. Are you going, okay, we've got someone there that can do a job because he scored 10 tap-ins against
you're right about that. That can't
So-
be argued because we're comparing this level to this level. So that can't
Yeah,
be
but you
argued.
can
But
get
that's
someone
why
like
we've
Gareth
had a
Bale.
problem getting somebody in.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
I agree with that. But you can
that's
get
why
someone
we-
like Gareth Bale, who
Mhm.
is on his day.
Oh,
You know,
that's
he
why everybody shook their head. Yes, as soon as you made that comment, we all agreed on that.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
But
'Cause I've been on some channels and people are like, no, not Gareth Bale. He's 10 years ago. Forget him. Move on.
It depends how much money he wants. At the end of the day, when he came in under Mourinho and scored some important goals for us, he came in a team that it almost seemed the manager didn't even want him there.
Yeah.
And he came in under a lot of criticism. He was not fit. He wasn't match fit. He took the first couple of months to settle in and reignite himself in the league and come to life again. But he finished strong for us. He clearly has a passion for the club. So for that reason alone, as long as he's willing to take, we're obviously not going to pay his wages, not what they are now. We can't. There's no way anybody in this club can be paid more than Kane.
Yeah.
No freaking way. That's
Of
just
course,
that's just walking papers for Kane at that point. So I just think that he had a ceiling that he could have possibly got higher into. But we are getting near the end of the show, guys. So I want to go around the table and get your last thoughts. Let's see how we're feeling about going into Brighton.
I was going to say one thing about Gareth Bale quickly.
Yeah,
is I would have given him the contract at the end of this season because we needed the goals, we needed the experience and a bit of covering positions, and just see how he did, and then talk about having perhaps a rolling contract for next season.
So a loan in for the rest of the season with an option to buy for next.
I think they had that, Cuba. I think they had that, but once Carlo Ancelotti went back to Real Madrid, he decided he wanted to go back because Carlo Ancelotti was the manager who signed him, I think.
Yeah, but for this season, I mean, not for last season. Just on the rest of this season.
Last season originally the deal was 2-year loan, but with the option to go back in the summer. And I think after last season, I think what the problem was, Ancelotti went back to Real Madrid, and they got on apparently. I don't know if they still do, but they got on apparently. And Bale thought, I won't take that second option. I'm going back to.
Fair play, mate. Fair play.
I was waiting to see him at Augusta.
Yeah, I didn't see him. Everyone was. I kept my eye out as well for it. I didn't see him. Yeah.
Harry popped up there, didn't he? Harry was live on Sky Sunday night.
Let's throw up Danny's last comment here, and let's finish up on this one, shall we? So Danny feels that come in and use us for the World Cup in November, and he would retire then after that. He doesn't think it's worth it. Martinez would give Kane competition. Now, we all know we can't argue that Martinez is significantly, coming up as a player, whereas Bale is on the decline as a player. But with the wages but with the transfer fee that Martinez would
and the wages,
everything, and the wages, are we not? I feel personally, it's more important for us to invest in other areas of the pitch.
Yeah.
Aaron, let's start with you on that one.
Look, I don't know anything about Martinez. I only watch Premier League and Ireland and Australian A-League. So I have never claimed to know anything about European football. I don't even watch Champions League unless Tottenham's in it. Regarding Bale and Vinicius, look, I'd rather have them there than not be there. Purely for games like yesterday when we're winning. We could take off the likes of Sonny, we could take off Kane, bring these lads on. Vinicius never got a chance in the Premier League. And I agree with Shawnee that the goals he scored were tap-ins against mediocre opposition, but we need something, And now I might be settling for less, but I'd love to have Bale and Vinicius there this year, just the squad players, purely as squad players.
Yeah, and only that.
Yeah.
Kuva, what do you think, bud?
I agree with Bale because he's got mostly. It's a point Jack Kanicki made ages ago that I agreed with totally. We should stop looking for somebody that's a straight replacement for Kane when he's injured. Look at an attacker that's versatile, so they can play sometimes alongside him or in a different position. Look at another Sonny, because Sonny's filled in for Kane brilliantly at times when he's been injured. Really did a good job. If we got somebody else that's versatile, just a great player up front that's just going to slot in anywhere, we can cover Kane when he's not playing. I don't think it's right to have somebody that's just that replacement forward, because otherwise it's what we've currently got. Who's going to want to come and sit on the bench?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. It seems like Vinicius was willing to sit on the bench.
Yeah, but I just don't think.
I never had any faith when he comes on. Does he?
He come on much though, Sean.
Who are we going to have faith in coming
He
in
started
after
one
Kane?
game.
Right?
Didn't he only just start one game the whole season, Vinicius? And he came on about 2 or 3 times. And most of the time he came on was for about 3 minutes, 4 minutes at a time. So
I remember watching him at home a couple of times, and his positional. Don't get me wrong, he was a bit of a fox in the box, which led to the Tommy Tappins. He was pretty good when the ball was played in. He was in the right place to put the ball away on a deflection or a save or whatever.
Sometimes. You need
I've got no problem with that sort, because Gary Lineker was that kind of fox in the box, right? There's lots of players that have been super successful doing that, but as a big lad, Vinicius was a big lad. His timing of jumping was absolutely woeful. When we went direct and he tried to jump and catch the ball, he was either a second too early or a second too late and completely missed it. I just didn't think he was good enough at anything other than being in the right place at the right time to finish off someone else's or the team efforts. When it came to him being responsible, like how Emil Heskey used to jump up and do the flick downs for Michael Owen. You could have looked at Vinicius and asked him to do the same thing, but his abilities in those sorts of departments of his game, I thought, were absolutely woeful. For me, it comes down to how much confidence do you have? If you want someone to come in only when Harry Kane needs a rest, how much confidence do you have in that person? And for me, when it was Vinicius, it was 0. That's all.
Fair enough.
Sean, sorry guys, but
go ahead,
Sean,
go ahead. Yeah.
Do you think maybe under Conte's system, Vinicius would be, he'd benefit more from the way we're actually creating more chances now?
Maybe. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah. Hard to say. Guys, we've got one last question here. We're going to just do a simple yes or no to this one.
I never fucking answered the last one.
Scott actually made a very good point. We're going to address that on Thursday. Other guys like Virgin Moore aren't scoring those Tommy tap-ins. So, Mark, let's get your thoughts on the last one first, and then we'll ask the last question for a quick wrap-up.
I never answered the last one.
That's what I'm saying. Answer the last one, and then we'll go to this one, and then we'll finish up.
Well, you need a bloody cider. No, you do.
That's later.
Well, that's because you don't have your bottle of Diet Coke out, man.
No. I finished that. That's
come on, man. What are your thoughts, my man? What are your thoughts?
Well, we'll put it this way, right? Now, Elliot will be pleased with this. Harry Kane has played every game. There's not many he misses. A bit like Højbjerg. I mean, we virtually burnt him out last season. What did he play? 50-odd games? Was it 50-odd? I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I think it might have been, yeah.
Yeah, and Harry Kane will go exactly the same way. You cannot expect someone to play 90 minutes. All right, hopefully it'll be twice a week next year. But you can't expect someone to do that without needing a break. I don't care who comes in. We need somebody. All these players I have no idea about, like Martinez and Dybala. Get any of them.
Well, like Aaron says, he wants squad players on the bench, and that's what we need to have them. So you're just basically saying, let's just make sure we have some pieces in the puzzle to fill in.
He is not a robot.
We don't have
he is not a robot.
You're right. Yeah. Last question, then, guys. Just a simple yes or no, and then we'll call it a day and go over. Let's all go see Benny over there in the coffee company. Where did it go? It was right here. The one about Scarlett. Somebody asked if we feel that what happens with Scarlett next season. Does he go out on loan? Where have I lost that comment? There he goes. Amir is asking us, what is happening with Scarlett next season? Surely he needs to go out on loan.
He's old enough. He's old enough.
Mark, you start. Go for it. Yeah.
He's old enough now, isn't he? Isn't there some rule you can't loan them out till they're 18?
18, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And sorry, I'm going to add to his question and say, where would you like to see him loaned out? So does Scarlett go on loan, and where does he go? Mark?
Well, sure. Well,
not specific team, league. Like, you want them in the Premiership, you want them in the Championship, Spain, Italy, France, Polish League, Russian League.
No. If he really improves during the summer and whatever, keep him. Because that's the backup for Harry.
Okay.
But if he's still a bit, I'd like to see him at Yeovil, so I can go and see him.
Okay, fair enough.
To be honest.
There you go. So Yeovil FC is where he was going.
Yes.
Mr. Kuvasekski. Is it Kuvaseksy?
Yeah, let's go for that.
Kuvasekski.
69.
69.
Such a flirt, Bobby.
There's going to be 2 polls in here on Thursday. You know it, Aaron. You know it.
I already got mine.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
one of them extending throughout the game. Sorry,
absolutely, absolutely.
Behave now. It's a children's.
No, I
network.
think Scarlett. It's a complete waste of time having Dane Scarlett on the bench. It's doing him no good.
Yeah.
It's there is the point of it helps him train with the first team all the time. Yeah, he does benefit from that, definitely. But I think he needs competitive football. He needs to he needs to get in there, a little bit of a battle. And I think the perfect clubs for him is the likes of Millwall. We do well with sending players there. It's local. They can come back to the club easily. Doesn't have to uproot from where he's staying at the moment. They are usually up against it. So they're usually battling for something, relegation or trying to climb the league at a last gasp moment. And it's just seems to be a good pipeline. Millwall benefited from our players, and we benefited from them taking them on loan. Troy Parrott seems to be starting to come through. He had a bit of a rocky time to start with, didn't he? He did go to Millwall, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
So that's the one that springs out to me. He just needs some competitive football, lower division, so he can enter the swing of it, gain his confidence. Look what happens to Oliver Skipp.
Yeah, fantastic, Aaron. Where does he go?
I would disagree with Kuvan. I don't think we have a good history loaning players to Millwall. Troy Parrott and Harry Kane didn't particularly perform well for them. I would rather see Dane Scarlett go to Queen's Park Rangers because of our history with them.
Okay.
As I put in the chat earlier, if not to a championship team, Holland, because Netherlands are brilliant at developing young players. I would like to see Troy Parrott, who's at MK Dons now and actually performing well, possibly come back to us, but I'd be loaning out Dane Scarlett, yeah, for sure.
Good stuff. Alan, get off your damn phone and answer the question now, buddy. Got ya.
I'm doing some work. I'm doing some Alatici work, my son.
No worries. Go ahead, buddy.
I think he should
stay? Go where?
I think he should go to a League One team. And I'm not saying any team, but I think he should go for a League One team.
Go into a lower
a
league.
little bit higher up than like the last one. I think the Championship might be a bit too hard for him because he hasn't proved anything yet.
Fair enough.
Give him a go in League One. I don't, unless Mark said, unless he can prove something in the summer.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And make sure that he's worthwhile. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's now 18, and I've seen so many players be playing full-time professional on the field at the age of 17, 18. So he needs to be playing and be in the eye to make sure that, he's seen.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking to watch him just sit on the bench right now. Yeah. Mr. Butler, last and final thoughts. Where does he go or does he stay?
No, he shouldn't stay. Definitely not stay. He needs to go out. I'm torn between a Division 1 team and a Championship team. The good thing about Dane Scarlett is he's grown like an inch and a half just this season alone, right? He's getting to the point now where he's actually quite big and he's put on a lot of muscle as well. So, and he's still got 2 years, I guess, 2.5 years where he could still grow even further. So the sky's the limit for how big he could end up being. But I just think he needs to, to learn the physicality of football in a lower league. And I think somewhere like maybe Charlton or Bolton or someone like that, maybe in the Division 1, would be a good place for him to start. Do what Troy Parrott's done. Troy Parrott should also probably come back and then go back on loan, but this time to a Championship team. You just got to earn your stripes.
Well, that's what Kane did. Kane went out on seven different teams, from what I understand. He was out on loan before he finally settled in with us and got a chance.
100%. Yeah, Harry Kane did, I think, 3 or 4 different loan spells. Dane Scarlett hasn't done any yet. Obviously, he hasn't been able to, but I think he probably should start at Division 1, do a season there, see how he gets on, and then go to a Championship level team next year. And then in a couple of seasons' time, let's see where he's at. Troy Parrott, I think, should move up to a Championship side. I don't think either of them should be at Tottenham next season. I think we need to go and find someone who's like I said already, who's better than Vinicius if possible, and someone who can, when Harry Kane takes a breather, can not make us all wince at the prospect of not having Harry Kane in
and
the
not
team.
having him. Scaring the crap out of us basically and making us basically cry ourselves to sleep.
Because if we finish in the top 4, You know, there's no, like in the Champions League, even in the qualifying games, it's not like the Europa Conference League where you gave Dane Scarlett chances against them, you know, Pacquiao or whatever. Against in the Champions League, they're all going to be tough games. So there's no time for these guys at the moment
to develop.
Let them go away and figure it out in the tougher leagues.
Very good point. Very good point. Excellent point there. That we're going to wrap it up on that. That was an excellent point to wrap it up on. Guys, if you want to just give us your plugs there quickly, where can everybody find you and enjoy the content that you've added to our show today? We thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate your time. Mr. Butler, where are you? Where can everybody experience and enjoy the knowledge you bring?
Spurs Talk Show. Doing a show tomorrow night, my usual Wednesday night show. It's about 6 p.m. Either between 5 and 6 it starts and goes on till hopefully about 8 or 9 latest. That's the next time you can see me over there. Spurs Talk Show, all one word. # no spaces. Never any spaces.
Otherwise, you find out basketball. And that # no spaces, I stole that because 3 Spurs boys is # no spaces.
That's good. It's good. I'm going to put it in my... if you put it in all of your son's content, I'll put it in mine, and hopefully everyone's going to find just us.
Well, man, there you go. Just for that reason, I might have to start stealing from the book of Sean Butler. Alan's Tea and Toast. Where can we find you, sir?
Well, you've just said it. Tea and Toast on a Monday morning, which is like it's a shelf side second show sort of thing, yeah. And then on Thursday nights at 7 o'clock, you can find us on Shelf Side Spurs with me, Rez, Johnny, Barry, Nick, whatever his name is.
Ranger.
And occasionally,
Ranger. Got to give him his Indian name.
But this Thursday, we had that special time because we had Rez announced that once we got past 300, he would eat this special chili chip. So he's going to be eating that on Thursday because we not only went to 300, but we skyrocketed to 452, or I think it was a 451.
Fantastic
subscribers, thanks to their appearance on We Are Tottenham TV on Saturday.
Fantastic.
So we're on Thursday night, and we've apparently, I do believe we've got a special guest on Thursday. We're actually having Ben from We Are Tottenham on TV doing his
lovely,
doing his Tottenham memory lane.
Good stuff. Now, Mark jumped in front of the queue there. He jumped in front of Aaron, so he gets to go next then. Mr. Cousins, Scrumpy, where are you at, buddy? We know we could find you here, joining me on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and supporting Dermot and trying to hold him up. And where else are you? I know you're doing what I do, kind of channel hopping. Do you have anywhere else that you've settled?
No, not really. Well, I do apologize. I have someone on the bloody phone again. It's on airplane mode. I didn't think anyone could phone you.
Bloody hell!
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to Google it or something. When
we're just gonna have to get you a laptop before Thursday shows.
Yeah,
we got the slow music, people.
Yes,
we need your help.
If you can stick the GoFundMe link.
We're not getting sympathy with that, Cuba.
Yes.
we'll have to work on something before Thursday. Well, Mark, where are we going to find you?
Hang on. What's going on here? We got some AC/DC or something going on in the background.
No, he wants me to pull the poll out. Kuva, that's for Thursday's show, you and I.
I'm not doing that.
Oh, whose music is it?
That's Dermot. It's generic to StreamYard, yeah.
Dermot.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah. Dermot wants to see us start dancing with the polls already.
Well, on here for Thursday again, isn't it? Oh,
yes, sir. We'll be back Thursday morning, 1 p.m. your time, folks. Yeah. Mr. Aaron Dubb, I see you on everywhere. Is there a home base that people can find you, sir?
No, you can find me nowhere apart from in trouble, usually in prison. I'm out on bail. Or you can find me pole dancing in a mankini with Kuva, yeah?
Woo!
Hot stuff, brother. Hot stuff, baby.
That's going to be to wait for the weekend with that.
That's gonna be it's going to be a sexy time. But Scotty M in the chat, mate. There's this wonderful invention called Google Search. So if you want to check out Troy Parrott's stats for the season, he's been injured for a large chunk of it, but he's coming good, man. So keep the faith, yeah. Bobby K and of course the Dermot in the background. Thank you both of you very much for allowing me to come on and
No,
have
thanks
my
for
say.
joining us, Aaron, man. Yeah, like I said, I really appreciate the support you give me from the first comment I ever received was from you. The first positivity, first pillar of support was from you, sir, and I'll forever be indebted to you for that, and always appreciate that. So you are on a pedestal with me, sir. So anything I do, you're always welcome to join. I appreciate you joining this morning. If you got some time Thursday, maybe we'll see you then. Mr. Kuva Sexy 69. Finish it off for us, baby. Finish it off.
Is that true? Aaron gave you the first comment.
Yes. When I was
What,
first...
didn't you get my who the hell is this?
No, I got the one where it was, is that Russell Peters? No.
No, I'm basically free spirit.
Sorry, Dermot, can you
nowadays.
turn that down a bit, buddy? It's too loud. Dermot.
Technical issue.
Come
There
on,
we
Dermot.
go.
We're trying to wrap up.
Yeah, I'm
20 minutes
free
over.
spirit. I'm sort of drifting around the channels, doing a bit of this, bit of that.
Okay.
I've enjoyed a few shows on with Sean lately, and then going on some of the lads from Shelfside Spurs. I mean, filling in for Alan, on Monday. That was fun. Going on with Ranjit and Dr. Leg, or whatever you want to call him, along with many other names like I've seemed to have now. Bob Spurs channel.
Sexy it is.
You know, there's a few. I mean, I love Mari's channel, and Spurs Wasians, another good one. Will Stewart. There's loads of
they're all great.
There's a bit of variety around the channels. It's good stuff. It's all good community anyway. So I'll be all around the place.
All right. So that is it
Also,
from us.
I'd also got to mention about Rez eating that spicy tortilla chip on Thursday, because it's important when we tune in. Do not let him off with not tipping all of the powder into his mouth as well. He's got to get that whole sash in, because we want to see proper burn.
Okay, so
I want to see him snort that powder, mate. I want to see him snort it.
Well, I actually had that conversation, but we thought we wouldn't do it in the mornings.
Yeah, that's not after 9 p.m. That's not after 9 p.m. kind of thing, isn't it?
Oh, Sean.
After
he's
the
taking-
watch.
So now you know, folks,
he's
you're busy
taking
on
a kick off, I
Thursday.
think.
Join us Thursday afternoon, and then go watch Rez burn his internal organs away on Thursday evening. So I'm getting in shit from Chris. Dermot, my apologies. I didn't mean to say it that loudly. I just wasn't sure if you could hear it over the music. Chris is laughing here, saying Dermot is being told off on his own show. It is your show, Dermot. We did not mean to tell you. I did not mean to come out that way. It was just we wanted to get everybody's final thoughts until we wrap up, because we're 20 minutes over here. So, guys, let's go over to the coffee company. Let's go see what the coffee is brewing. Everybody have a fantastic day. And, of course, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on,
Spurs!
Spurs.
All right, Dermot, sign it off.
Leave you out. Come on, you Spurs.